down these two. Fire down these two. Hey, 57 colors, 57 colors. Right, right. Right, right. Right, right. Yellow. Right, right. Right, right. Yellow. Right, right. Yellow. Right. Right, right. Yellow. Right, right. Yellow, yellow. Right, right. Yellow. Right, right. Fire down these two. Fire down these two. Hey, 43, 43, 10. Hey, rip lift. Right, right. Right, right.
Hey, Big Daddy, where you going? Call me Flo Millie, I be flowing, yeah. Skinny, thick pockets on Samoans, woo. I be really rapping, I be damn. Michael Jackson, I'm the baddest, Around here, might go get it tatted, yeah. Say the magic, what? Pretty little thing, getting ratchet, yeah. Told me that I couldn't, oops, I did it again. I don't like you, I don't wanna pretend. If he ain't spending money, I just go with a friend. If you can give me dollars, give me pound, give me in. Purple, black, made back, yeah, that's me. Up, that ain't free. Ain't dead to me, R.I.P. That dope, she ain't me. Tell me what you want from me. Tell me what you want from me. Tell me what you want from me. Man, what do you want from me? If I wanna test me, I ace it. I don't wait for nobody, I'm impatient. Trip off who? I'm on vacation. I pop when I do it, I'm flagrant. Never is out baked. Please don't compare me to that's basic. The money only thing I'm chasing. Body snatch, you know I'm Debbie caking. Men like to talk it, I hate it. Ain't hindered, I erase it. New money, many outdated. If he say he don't love me, that's hatred. Call me Miss, pull up in the latest. Double R truck, backseat, too spacious. Cartier braces, make faces. 5,500 when I pay for my laces. Tell me what you want from me. Tell me what you want from me. Tell me what you want from me. Man, what do you want from me? Tell me what you want from me. Tell me what you want from me. Tell me what you want from me. Man, what do you want from me?
mission. I can truly give about the competition. I'm in another atmosphere, I'm on another mission. Yeah, you know that boy Logic put pen to page like a petition. You always switching up your whole position. I can see it in your face like an esthetician. Food for thought, it's the highest caliber nutrition. Everything come out my mouth, that's my whole cognition. I got out the hood, then got money in addition. I remember when that boy ain't had no pot to. They wouldn't let me in, so I never asked permission. Tours like a war, I'm getting minimum 5 mil permission. Hit the ignition and beat the emission. Like a clinician more than a musician. My flow rare like a first edition. Report for dismission. Everything I ever thought of, it came to fruition. King of the transition. We never switch and peep the acquisition, no omission. Your lyrics dry it in the prepare for collision. Then the satellite that's on an orbiting mission.
I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget, we on a mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen.
We are just about 4 miles off the shore of Lake Erie at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And able to get this out to the 25. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. Gotta like that start. Yards to get them going. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. And brought down there by Taylor Rapp. So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here, going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me like the plan is to do the attacking and not wait to see what they present to them.
Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. You look at this Buffalo defense, and they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes, and those add up into big mistakes.
And this is caught inside the 5, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Jalen Waddle with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Now you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week, an unbeaten team.
Now he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Leo Chanel in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. And a penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Waddle, the motion man right. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Mahomes now to throw. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. And no hesitations, they go right back to Kelsey. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a 1st down. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right, you're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
Now Allen. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Allen going to change the look here. They'll look to throw now on first down. He'll get this to the longtime Charger. It's Keenan Allen. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 39-yard line. Again, they'll throw with Allen. And he'll go right back to Allen. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Allen to throw it. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Cook up the gut. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
56.
In motion, the tight end. To the air, Allen. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Cook trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Again, it's Cook pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
This is 3rd and goal, this Chiefs defense. They're giving it all they got. Cook will take this over the line. Touchdown, Buffalo. Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. And that one makes it 14-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. Two division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
Now Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco to about the 48-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know they're just trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Mahomes going to throw. He sets to fire deep. This is intercepted. And the Bills are going to have it here at their own 15. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good, and then you give up the touchdown on the last drive, now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Allen going to change this at the line. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touch. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
Well, he and his offense was staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they'd pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
Throwing now is Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. To throw, it's Allen.
Has his man, it's Shakir.
First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. Now Allen.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. A good passing down here, and they send 3 receivers to the right of the formation on second down. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. A strong running. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Allen going to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now they'll audible to something else.
Hey, home.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Here's Allen. Escaping the pressure right. Coleman has it here right side.
And he is going to have the Bills first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
James Cook,
his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game.
And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. The extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
And we'll see what they want to do. 45 seconds is all that remains until the break.
40, 15, attack.
In motion left comes Brown. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Jalen Waddle
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Chiefs will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Butker now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Allen. He's got him in. Complete. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Allen now looks to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
2nd and 10.
Alert, alert, alert.
Back to throw again. Flushed out right. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And that is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
The kick by Bass is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Give him another one right back to Allen. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Allen eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback, so that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force it. And more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Bills send the punter out. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about saying defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. On first down, they go back to Pacheco. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Here's a 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Mahomes. That's going to be caught by Waddle.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Fire down these 2. Fire down these 2. Yellow, yellow.
Now here's Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 33. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory. Down at the 33. No hesitations, they go right back to Kelsey. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. And if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice gain.
2nd down and a yard. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
Here's Pacheco once again. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll run here with Pacheco. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow. This guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Pick made by Terrell Bernard. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. Tyler Bass now for the point after. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And you wonder, I mean, is it even possible, especially for the quarterback, to mentally reset after that quick of a turnaround?
Well, we're certainly going to find out, aren't we? Because that play will stay in your mind, but somehow you have to compartmentalize. Put it aside, pick yourself up, and get moving in the right direction.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Yellow.
Mahomes going to fire quickly to Worthy. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now a 2nd and 2.
Yellow, yellow. Attack, attack. 15. 15. Come back. Right side.
Mahomes now to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. And Oliver, that time to want to get in there and bring him down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Big third down, a field goal from this spot, 57 yards as they hope to move it a little closer. Here's Mahomes to throw. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 23. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Quick hitter to Jalen Waddle. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That'll put him right on the doorstep of a 200-yard game. He's at 199 as he picks up the first.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now Mahomes. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Jalen Waddle A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Chiefs have taken a fourth-quarter lead.
And that third counter there gives them the lead, and it's obvious they've needed everything that he's given them today. The 3 touchdowns, that's impressive, but without him, they're not winning this game.
Extra point by Butker is on target,
and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
This one complete to Coleman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now Allen. He finds his man, complete. That's Allen. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 39.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. To throw is Allen.
And complete right side to Cook.
And he is going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Allen.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
James Cook,
29 yards.
And the Bills answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead.
Important extra point up and through. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Yellow. Hero 15. Yellow. 57.
Mahomes.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Jalen Waddle.
75 yards.
And the Chiefs use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the fourth. So that one, his 4th touchdown catch of the game, one behind the all-time record of 5.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Throwing, Allen.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Here's 1st down. Now Allen.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Allen. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now.
And he'll go right back to Allen. That's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
Here's 1st and 10. Here's Allen. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Here's 2nd down.
Hey, tight. Look out.
Allen. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Marcus Jones picks it, and the Chiefs have just about sewn up this football game. Just when you thought this game might be turned on its ear, a late interception pretty much going to seal the deal.
Yeah, boy, talking about having your backs to the wall. This defense, they look like they were in danger of surrendering this lead, but they knew they needed that one play, and they got it right there, partner.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's 1 timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time.
There he goes, right side, on his horse. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Charles, a lot of happy one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Kansas City, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, it's a disappointing way to lose your first game as they drop to 10-1 now on the year. And they will finally get an extra week to heal up a bit as they will get the late bye in Week 12.
Sun won't burn when it lit like white, but the stripes ain't earned. I'ma get it